Hey Ranger Nation, welcome back to another video, and today I kind of really want to add on to what I talked about previously in the other video, which is about Simon as well as Q Ranger and Lupin Ranger versus Pata Ranger. Now before we begin, if you want to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. This will probably be the last video that I make about it, talking about people's Twitter reactions and stuff that's going on, and I kind of really want to bring a light to people and stuff. There may be a follow-up video where people are kind of like bitching, and we're going to kind of talk about all those particular things in a more lengthy video, but that will come later on. As I said, hit the like button, hit subscribe, as well as turn notifications on because you don't want to miss this. Now, what am I talking about? Again, it's very, very simple. Over here, we obviously see another thing. Main news goes, my response to, I don't know how to say that name, Simon for Q Ranger is that sure, you can't tell a good story with 12 characters, but they did with Dino Charge, which had 10. It would be smart if you met up with former, so this is Jason Bischoff, who had an amazing idea for the Q Ranger adaptation as Power Ranger Supernova. So Simon comes back, it's not up to me. It's not up to me. Brand, the toy team, and network would have to be all in alignment before an adaptation got the go-ahead. Treat the lack of clarity about the future of the franchise as an intriguing and exciting thing. From my perspective, the future is looking strong. So I kind of like that. We don't know what it means. We don't know what he means on this one. It could mean 10,000 things right now, but at the moment he knows that the brand is going in a good way, and obviously we need to do this. Now I think this is something down here that we need to kind of look into. I'm sorry for jumping in, but if you watch Dino Supercharge, you should know that 5 out of the additional Rangers were underutilized due to the Sentai footage of the Rangers always gone. 12 Rangers can be difficult if you follow the Sentai and not bother about doing brand new footage. So it will be difficult. To be fair, I'm just getting back into Power Rangers and getting into Sentai as well. I haven't seen Dino Charge or Q Ranger, but I understand where you're coming from. It makes complete sense. I feel every season deserves the shot to be adapted. Now I'm going to come back to this, but this kind of statement kind of like contradicts this. This doesn't really make sense now. So obviously, the way that I kind of think about this is, oh, and this one got me. Do a 45 episode in a single year adaptation. Like, can we stop doing this as well? We'll come to this in a minute. But the main thing is, when looking here at the kind of adaptation, I think a lot of fans think that it's just you have the Sentai, you make some quick notes, and then you either follow the line or you come up with a unique story, something different, and then just basically film little parts together, a few fights, and then most of it is Sentai, move on. And there is so much stuff that we see in this that there is tons more. It's not just a thing to take on a normal thing and be like, oh hey, I'm going to adapt this and it'll be easy and it'll be out within like a couple of months. It takes a long time to do this. But I think the main thing is, one of the stuff here is do a 45 episode in a single year. Now I did respond to this myself, which is please stop, no one wants this, stop demanding as this will push people away. Please stop making personal demands on the executive producer. Dude, stop demanding or even forcing him to do what you want. I think we've been through this enough, and that I shouldn't have to remind you that Nick only allows 22 episodes per year to be aired, and before you say no, they can't just pick it up and move to a new network. It isn't that easy, and that's true as well. Now we know that we're going to Netflix, and that's something completely different, but Randy here actually has a very good point. It's not where you can just pick up your ball, go home and be like, oh shit, okay, we're now going straight to Cartoon Network, or we're going to this. If a network doesn't want this and the network doesn't want the series, they aren't going to take it on board because there is a lot of risks. There's a lot of kind of like, maybe there might not be a good payout or something like that. And I think that's what we kind of have to kind of really address. Now, Simon talking about saying like the brand, the toy team, the networking, everything has to be on board. And that's absolutely true. You know, if Hasbro were like, we don't want this, we're not going to see it. Same things like with other Sentais. If they think it's not going to make them enough money, or they're not going to be able to produce everything, then they're not going to do it. point in case, look at all the toys that came out from Bandai of Japan, where we wouldn't get half of that. You'd get a few Rangers, but you wouldn't get as what you think that you would get. You wouldn't get the Zords, you wouldn't get all the is it Koitamas or whatever. It'd be very hard to produce that much over time in a short space. I mean, 2 years you could probably do it, but you would miss out on so much. Hell, we're only getting Megazords now, and how long has the series been out? About 6 months now. So kind of going back, his statement here is like he doesn't understand because he's just watching it. I feel like the fandom does think it's so easy enough just to kind of adapt something that will be done and stuff, and maybe in the past it has, but when we look at Sentai and look at the whole, like the 12 Rangers, you're not going to get an in-depth story, and I'll be fucking damned if I don't get a good series. I really want a good storyline. I'm sick and tired of having to put up with mediocre storylines over time, storylines that don't make sense, storylines that are just poor. I feel like the show needs to move on to something great, and through Beast Morphers, through Dino Fury, it's doing the right thing. But if we go back to having just 12 Rangers or no story writing, I mean, everyone would complain, and this is a thing that I've seen quite recently. It's people going like, oh yeah, it'd be this if you did this, if you did that. Now, first off, stop telling Simon what you think is right or what you think you can do. Just stop it, because at the end of the day, they can't take on your ideas, they can't do it for legal reasons, and it's just so boring saying like, oh, you know you can do it, rah rah rah. Just no, stop, just stop. But I feel that the main thing is, can we stop trying to push Simon away? I feel when I see these sorts of statements, I feel like Simon is being pushed away completely. And the main problem is when you have being pushed away, we won't get communication. I feel like when actors or when producers and that, they come on board, we just instantly bombard them with messages, either good messages, which a lot of people have sent because of what they're doing, but then it's more kind of like, I want this, I want this, I want to throw my kind of like my toys out the pram because you've not taken on my idea. Now, I will state that Dino Charge obviously had 10 Rangers, but again, think about this. This is something that I've mentioned in the previous video, but if you haven't seen it, think about it like this. You have 10 Rangers, most of them went off on their own to do their own thing and only came back very briefly. Think about if it was done correctly, how many times you could have had decent storyline. Prince Philip, for an example, like how much of backstory he could have had, that would have been really, really cool. What about other characters? The show always focuses on the main 5 to the main 6, and I feel like that's what it always does. So having these extra Rangers come in willy-nilly, we wouldn't get the backstory, and I know that people would complain about it. I want backstory, I want backstory. Why isn't my favorite character being adapted? Oh my god, you've done this. And if they did, let's say for example they did adapt Q Ranger right now, I know what the fandom's going to say. Oh my god, this is shit. Oh my god, I hate this. Oh my god, like this is just like Super Mega Force and Operation Overdrive. Oh, I won't get my favorite series. And that's what it's all going to be. It's going to be people cry. People want their different stuff all the time, and it just gets me that you want a bad series, and people saying, I don't care about this, I don't care if we get a bad series or not. Fine, if you want a bad series, go back, watch the ones that aren't that great. But for the people, like a lot of the fans that want to see this grow, there are a lot better that want more from it. Let us have our own thing. I feel like I just have to kind of remind people about stuff. Like, go back and watch Dino Charge from start to finish and notice that the Rangers that they were looking for Energems they were bringing back didn't have the character development, and it was a flop. The series was okay at times, not gonna lie, but they dropped the ball massively. Hell, they had to make their own universe. It's fucking crazy. And yeah, again, that was down to bad writing. So if you want bad writing, then let me know. But it does mean one thing, is if we do, you are to be held responsible, because this is what you want to see. Hate to say it, but that's also true. And leave it there. What are your thoughts? Do you want just a bad series, or do you want actually good writing? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとう。チャンネル登録、高評価お願い。